What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going through the best and worst tattoo TikToks I could find. So let's get into it. Okay, this first one. Okay, we got some dots. A dot stencil. Everyone knows what this is. No one knows what this is. I had no idea. I had no clue what it was until I saw it. And then I was like, oh, he's playing Connect the Dots. Okay, cool tattoo, fine tattoo, nice tattoo. I like the tattoo. As you guys know, I'm always like, oh shit, dude, we gotta like stand out as tatters. So we gotta do whatever it takes to do that. And nowadays you gotta play Connect the Dots with people's tats. I would say that, you know, a lot of times you see people throw out tattoos with zero stencil and it's really impressive and you're just like, damn, that's so cool. So beautiful, so rad. And that's not this, because you know, this has dots. So he's just like connecting the dots. I don't know, guys. Tattooing is taking such a wild turn from when I was a kid. Like, this is what's happening now on it. I don't know. I'm like sitting here and we just started the video and I'm like, off to a good start. Okay, on to the next. Okay, let's talk about this bad tattoo.
So just let me see over your arm. Now just touch that bottom like you did last time. So you can see how it's liquid in there. Okay. All right.
Ooh. Now that what you're seeing is just like a beat up tattoo. I don't think that we're seeing any infection yet or any like allergic reaction. I just think what we're seeing is a lot of work done and it's not very good at all. And it's just gonna be a whole lot of pain for a whole lot of nothing. Yeah, most of that gray is gonna be completely gone. It looks like they put fucking white into the clouds, which is, you know, just a giant mistake because that's not gonna look good or heal well. And the whole tattoo is just like this waterbed of a tat. When I was a kid, I used to have a waterbed. Fun fact, don't know why you need to know that or if you ever wanted to know, but I did have a waterbed. And that's kind of what this reminds me of. Just a beat to shit tattoo that isn't gonna look very good or heal very good. And that guy just got a lot of pain for a lot of nothing. On to the next.
You have to be extremely precise because one little mistake can be permanent damage to your nail or extremely excruciating pain, I guess. I'm Chris German. I'm a tattoo artist.
Did I talk about nail tattoos like less than a week ago? Dude, like I say, every single week. Once something becomes popular on TikTok or on Instagram, you see it like 10 different times. And this is like one of those, you know, like, I'm like, oh, okay, well, whatever.
And I'm tattooing fingernails. It's been done before, but I would say I do it in a more detailed way. The hardest part of tattooing fingernails is the size. Perfect. Zero mistakes allowed. No, they don't hurt. It's only vibration.
Okay, when it comes to a fingernail tattoo, you can make all the fucking mistakes you want. They're not permanent, obviously. Fingernails grow, you could get rid of the tattoo. I'm like, you're allowed to make as many mistakes as you want on a fingernail.
I can destroy their nails, my career can be gone. But the beauty about it, there is no blood, you don't get infected, but it's scary. One nail tattoo is $300.
One nail tattoo is $300? Yeah, you better be fucking perfect if you're charging $300 for a nail tattoo. I'm not sure what you're paying $300 for. They don't look good. They just kind of look like smudgy things. I don't know a whole lot about how much it costs to get your nails done, but I think you could buy a couple sets of nails for $300. You could get some mani-pedis for that kind of price tag. And that's just for one. And remember, this is gonna grow out in like 6 months. Well, 3 months maybe. I don't know how fast fingernails grow, but shit ain't gonna last very long.
Pay for all my time.
He says, so you pay for all my fucking time. Sure, sure. I bet he's done exactly 0 fingernail tattoos for $300. Cause like, who's lining up to do it? And why are they spending $300 for it? And the examples he's showing are on his own fingernails, it looks like. Bruh.
And to see grow out, to have a brand new canvas again. It's phenomenal.
Wow, someone just tried to sell me a fingernail tattoo. That's the most interesting thing I've seen in a while. On to the next. Okay, I remember why I like this so much. This kid's named Twitch Lamheart. So often I'm scrolling and I'm finding things, and like, honestly, dude, we find a lot of videos on TikTok and on Instagram that I'm just like, what the fuck is going on in this world? And then I saw this kid and it was like, what 6 months of tattooing looks like. And I just was so proud for this kid. Like, I was just felt like a level of stoke for this kid. Like, get after it. I wish you didn't have your face tattooed, but hey, whatever, I'm not your dad.
What 6 months of tattooing looks like. This client wanted his first tattoo on his shin to represent getting over a broken bone from a sport he loved to play. Not letting it stop him, he plays soccer still. What do you think?
Like, Twitch Lamheart, I'm stoked for you. Yeah, like, in a sea of people doing corny ass shit with tattooing, he's just making solid, good tattoos, and it's his first 6 months, dude. That, like, those lines on that shin, pretty flawless. So good on to this kid, and I hope you keep crushing and making sweet tats. And I hope to keep seeing your Instagram and TikTok posts, because, like, hey, I just need some good stuff coming my way every once in a while. I need some good videos, things that get me excited about tattooing, not things that drive me absolutely crazy, like fingernail tattoos or like no stencil dot tattoos. You know? On to the next. Whee! So it says, let's repair a tattoo together. Man, dude, why are you guys trying this gnarly ass tribal when you have no concept of how it actually works? It's such a difficult thing to pull off. And unless you're dedicating your life to understanding it, you don't. And now this kid has like this half on his sleeve. Like, he even put like it curves around. It's like, I don't know. What is happening in the world today? Stop doing tats you can't do. And you know what's the most annoying thing? For me, as a tattooer, I'm like, why are people so fucking stupid that they think that they can pull tattoos off like that? I don't know. Like, how confident is this person to be trying like some of the most difficult tattooing? And obviously, if the kid doesn't know, the kid doesn't know. Or he's trying to pull this shit off and it's just bad and ugly and sad. And it, unfortunately, at the end of the day, there's a client who has to wear it. On to the next. Okay. Yeah, I needed this. Let's watch it together. Come on, we need this, guys. It can't all just be bad, annoying things, right? Like, we got to have some good tattooing. The tatter, who I don't know currently, is making me happy. Just giving me something cool to look at, like, just so soothing. And like, don't know about you guys, but when I look at this, I know that this is gonna be an excellent, beautifully executed tattoo, just because of the care and precision they're doing, making the stencil and drawing it on. Beautiful. It makes my soul light up a little bit. But luckily for you guys, that feeling can't last. So on to the next. I wanted to take a moment to say thank you guys. We are well on our way to 50,000 subs. And if you guys don't mind liking and subscribing to the channel, the more people we get in our community, the less shitty tattoos are out in the world. So thank you so much.
So I got a question for you real quick, because people that might have not been locked up and shit.
Yeah.
How do you do it without the COs stopping y'all? That's my question.
All right, we was at NDC Brooklyn, bro. Most of the COs in there from the hood, bro.
Okay.
They from the block. So some of them let it rock, some don't let it rock. They act like they
Gotcha.
don't see nothing. But we had a CO in the unit, Grissom. The dude was a savage.
Yeah.
We never did no work while he was working.
Yeah.
Or if we had to, we had dudes looking up in the top tier. Like,
Okay, that's where I'll stop it right there. He's clearly talking about getting these tattoos done in prison, which is cool. Whatever, no biggie. That's not why I stopped. What I stopped about was like, you know what's crazy? You know these tattoos aren't good. We'd all look at them and be like, hey, they look kind of shitty. But don't they just look right on this guy? Like, I'm not saying that he looks like an inmate or anything like that. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm just saying something about them, and especially like the way they're so uniform, they like come all the way down, they're over his hands, like it just looks right. And even in jail, people are pulling off like sometimes better tattoos than what I see on Instagram and TikTok. And that just goes to show you, like, one, it pays to have consistency on your arms. Like, you have consistent look on your arms, you're gonna be stoked. Because again, he's got shitty tattoos and they just look so strong. And I have seen a lot of prison tattoos that I was like, whew. That was a fucking prison tattoo, dude? You got some talented people in that place. If I was this guy, which I'm not, I would start blasting over some of these tattoos with like strong black traditional images, and you would end up with a pretty fucking rad sleeve. You just see like a giant scorpion on the front of his forearm with a skull on his hand, and you just end up with like a pretty cool looking tattoo. And because like that black on top of this washed out gray will just look so heavy and so cool. But yeah, good on him. Like prison tattoos looking pretty cool on this guy. I'm into it. Let's check out the next one. Ugh, bro. Okay, so what am I actually looking at? I don't know. Guess that's like an old iPod. Fine. The images, whatever. Bros and broettes. I beg you, please don't fall into these styles that are so clearly bad and so clearly meant for you to have a reaction to it. Like, obviously we talk a lot about these types of tattoos on this channel because it's very popular, at least on the internet. And this channel somehow has become like a channel that talks mostly about crap that is happening on the internet and trying to correct that in some way. But I look at this stuff and I just go like, what is the end result? Hear me out. If your goal is just to push the boundaries of tattooing, you're going to get to a place that is fucking weird. And I mean like, you know, more weird than this, but also just like uninteresting. And I'm all for like burning down whatever things you think need to be burned down, but I'm just not convinced that the people doing the tattoos are not assholes for doing it to the people with the tattoos. You know, I'm like, fuck. You're just like, you have a perception of the world and you're trying to burn down whatever you can. And for you, it's tattooing because you have a tattoo machine in your hand. And then you're convincing some person to put this garbage on their body because like either the way you are explaining your process or your art or whatever, yada, yada, yada. And they're the ones left with it. And you're just like leaving these like crappy little tats all over the world. And I'm just like, don't like it. I don't like it. And I'm not sure that it's actually accomplishing the burning of art or like the establishment of art. I don't know. Does that make sense to you guys? Because to me, I'm not sure that any of it makes sense, but what I do know is I don't like it. On to the next.
Today, I'm tattooing my buddy on top of an alligator and surrounded by gators.
It's like Jurassic Park. Come on, walk up.
We're over here at Gatorama in Florida, and holy cow, dude, look at the size of all these nuisance alligators that they have over here. Definitely something you gotta be careful doing. Got alligators everywhere. Literally, this guy's walking right behind me, so you just gotta keep an eye on them at all times. Ended up having to reposition.
So, how do I feel about this? Okay, one, as far as I know, I genuinely enjoy Tyler Nolan's tattoos, his tattoo style, the things he does, it's great, whatever, you know? Hey, I get it, I like it. How is this any different than like all the other performance art tattoo stuff we've seen, like the Dexter type of guy who like does weird performance art tattoo stuff? Like a lot of times people get tattoos outside. I've gotten tattooed outside. You can take your machines wherever you want. You like have a cool experience outside in the world and maybe you film it, it's cool. Not that big of a deal. And then somewhere along the line, you start hanging off of a building, doing dumb tattoos, and you call it performance art. This is somewhere in between both of those. This is more of like a stunt, right? Tattoo stunts. Okay, a new category, tattoo stunts. When it's like this ultra performance art type of tattooing, it drives me crazy. When it's stunt tattooing, also kind of drives me crazy.
Look, papi, ay, vámonos, real quick. Get the dineros. See.
I forgot that I stacked these two right next to each other.
Do that set. Oh yeah, let me give you my card there, bub.
Okay, so this is stunt tattooing at its worst, right? Because like they're trying to like film it and make that the thing and fucking whatever. God, it's so dorky, right? Tatters. Just focus on making good tattoos. I'm very tired of seeing like these goofy tattoo things for attention. And I know it's so hard. right? Like I feel it. We're all hungry. We all want to make money. We all want to be like world famous tatters and stuff. That's great. But just lay down a good tat. Or don't. And make commentary videos about it. I don't know. What the fuck? Who knows anymore? All these tatters. On to the next.
Aí, tropa, olha só o que o irmão faz pelo outro, hein, tropa?
That poor guy, dude. If I knew that there was a portrait tat out there of me and that's what it looked like, I'd be like, ooh, someone fucking hates me, dude. Not only the tatter, but the person wearing the tattoo. Yeah. That's just unforgivable behavior by someone. That's fucked up. Poor guy. Poor guy. On to the next. Okay, this is interesting. In general, you are not going to see very many people outlining tattoos with a shader. I guess it happens. And I did a little bit of research on this guy's tattoos. It looks like he does really cool, interesting tattoos. I just was like, that is a weird way to tattoo. I don't know that I would recommend it for anybody. I think that at home, you guys generally probably understand why it's weird. Like you have a liner, you have a shader. And when you have a shader, it's like this. And if you're tattooing it like this, it'll work, but it's kind of weird, because any movement of this will fuck up the lines. But we're watching it and it still looks like a fucking good tattoo. So I guess what my major takeaway from this one is, just because something doesn't work for me doesn't mean it won't work for anybody else. One of the more interesting things I've seen in a while, if you ever get black and gray tattoos, a lot of times they won't even use a liner. They won't line with a shader, but they'll kind of use the shader to build lines, where this is completely different. He's just outlining with a shader. Weird, looks great. Final result is gonna be probably pretty cool or really interesting. So hey, to each their own. On to the next. So it says, when you realize you've been tattooing for 22 years and it's the slowest you've been since 2012. That's a 12-year gap. Hey, I'm gonna end this video with a little word to advice to all the tattoo getters. Make sure you're out here getting tattoos. This is a good time to do it. Probably, if you got the money, got the spare change, go get a tattoo by your local tatter. I'm sure they'll appreciate it. I'm sure they'll hook you up with a price, and I'm sure you're gonna be very happy with it. So, I will see you in a few days. I appreciate you guys. As always, adios.